Hello everyone, welcome back and Happy New Year. Let's hope 2021 is better than 2020. I hope everybody's staying safe and staying home. So I wanted for this section of the course to talk about the syllabus, which is available in course information and will be there throughout the whole term. And I want to just go through it as I would normally in person so that we make sure that we're literally on the same page. So office hours obviously will be virtual, so either you can send me your phone number and I can phone you, or we can meet in Collaborate if you want to speak to me about anything that you're confused about or any ideas you want to talk about regarding your essay, etc. So in terms of what this course is going to be like, I just wanted to introduce a few just really overarching concepts to start with. So if we look at this image, for instance, it's from the promo material for the second year of the very popular program Fleabag. And if you have any familiarity with Christian iconography, you'll know that this picture is set up like the picture of a Christian saint, except she's holding a guinea pig. And I don't know enough about this part of the show to know why guinea pig. I have to still watch the whole thing, but so she's got a halo, she's got cherubs flying around her, and apparently the season is all about her finding religion, or at least being interested in religion. So this is just one example among many of the ways in which religion and popular culture intersect all the time. It's very strange, actually, that many people are surprised at this idea that religion is still relevant in popular culture, but even a very quick look will show you that there's all sorts of religious ideas floating around. So I just want to go over the course description. So as I say here, the field of religious studies until fairly recently was focused on the study of sacred texts and elite forms of interpretation. But we know that that is not how the vast majority of people learn about religion. And so unless you're a religious studies scholar, very few people sit around reading the Talmud or the Quran or the Bible at home. They learn it through their families, through their culture, through practices, through festivals like Christmas and Hanukkah and Eid and Diwali. And so there are many, many different ways that people learn religion, and reading texts is probably the least common. Now, another aspect that's come into play in the 20th and 21st centuries is the impact of popular culture. And increasingly, people get their ideas about religion from a wide variety of sources of media, including television, film, the internet, music, and so forth. So we're going to discuss a number of ways in which popular media and religion intersect. And we'll also be discussing the ways in which popular culture itself becomes a form of religiosity. So one of the questions we'll be looking at is, has celebrity culture become a substitute for religion? Has it become a kind of religion itself? But also we're going to ask, how does popular culture present minority religions and cultures? How does it present mainstream religion? So the required reading for the course is Religion and Popular Culture in America. Now, I tried to get a Canadian textbook and this was the best one I could find, but I'm going to try my best to include a lot of Canadian content as well as international content. So I just want to quickly go through the assignments. The first one is the analysis of a film, a television episode, or a song, looking at the intersection between media and religion. You also have the option of doing a more experiential assignment where you can use one of the meditation apps available. I haven't actually tried this, but if you want to, I'd be very interested to read it, where you for a week work with this app and then you write about it. The second assignment is the reading reflection, which will be on anything you found interesting in the readings up until the due date. The third is the final essay, and the final form of marking will be through participation, which will consist of 5 comments on Blackboard. Now, you can obviously write more than this if you wish, but that's the minimum. And if you write 5 substantive comments, you'll get 100% participation. Okay. So in terms of the course schedule, I'm going to be posting, I aim to post every Monday, for the week, and I'll be doing that every week throughout the term. And so you'll be expected to know all the material in those posts, and also do all the readings in the textbook and any other assigned readings that I may give to you. Okay, so we're going to start with week 2. We'll be looking at defining what is religion. This is a thorny topic, so we're going to get at some of the possible definitions for religion. In week 3, we're going to look at the idea of what is popular culture itself, and then how do they intersect. Then we're going to move into looking at the material from the course where these two things come together. So we'll be looking at the divine nature of superheroes, then moving on to depictions of non-Christian religions in the media. Week 7 will be how Christian is Christmas in popular culture. Then we'll look at week 8, which is publishing in popular religion, so graphic novels, newspapers, books, etc. Week 9, we'll look at religion and film. Now, I have down here that it's Constantine. We've been having some issues with Canopy, but I'm going to try my best because I really want to use Constantine. But if we can't, I'll let you know, and we'll be using another film. Week 10, religion and television, angels, devils, and spirits in popular culture. And this is always a popular one. We have so many television shows about witches and vampires and the living dead and so on. So what is this telling us about our culture that people are so interested in this? And also, how is this intersection forming how people think about these ideas? In week 11, we look at consumer culture and celebrity worship as para-religion. So in what ways does the worship of celebrity kind of mirror what used to be religious devotion? Week 12, we look at popular music and religion. Week 13, apps, Instagram, social media, and minimalism. And then the last week is when I post the final exam. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to email me or contact me in any way you wish, and we'll discuss it. I think that many of you would agree with me if I said that there's a common assumption among many people that religion is a dead letter in Canadian society. If pressed, they would likely say that it exists as a kind of odd relic of days gone by and something to be done privately, if at all. However, even a cursory look at our culture reveals that this is in fact not the case. Looking at our image here, many of you will recognize it as being of Lucifer from the popular American series. As you can see in this iteration of the devil, he's a handsome Englishman, a kind of dark Byronic figure. The struggle over the way Satan is depicted has been raging for centuries, if not millennia. This is partly because the Bible has very little to say about this figure. In fact, the poet John Milton got into hot water over making him too sympathetic in Paradise Lost, and it can be argued that this version of the devil owes a great deal to Milton's Satan. If everything works out and we can access Constantine for the course, you will see a very different depiction of Lucifer. Popular culture is chock full of devils, angels, spirits, witches, zombies, and vampires. So my first question to you in this course is to think about why it is that these remain such popular figures in our culture. Programs about angels and devils are a very clear indication that spirituality and religion continue to permeate mainstream media. But what about more mainline shows like The Big Bang Theory? When considered through the lens of religion, it can be argued that while religion is not front stage center, and it is an important theme in the show, many mainstream programs skirt the idea of religion, wary of alienating viewers. But if television and streaming services want to reflect reality, then they will sooner or later have to deal with religion. Just to offer a sketch of The Big Bang Theory, the issue of religion versus science comes up again and again. It was represented by Sheldon and his evangelical Christian mother. The show is surprisingly sympathetic to her. She's named Mary. Hello. And she is represented as being extremely warm and caring and an excellent mother who loves her son despite their divergent beliefs. We have the figure of Raj, who's a practicing Hindu and who's quick to defend his religion and culture and becomes angry when Sheldon tries to explain his own religion to him. Howard is both religiously and culturally Jewish, and Bernadette is Catholic. The issue of their mixed religious marriage is also looked at various points in the show. I don't think we know what religion Penny is, but she celebrates Christmas and comes from the Midwest, so she's very likely a Protestant. The creators of the show are Jewish, and I'll be posting an article about that on Blackboard. They've made an obviously conscious decision to depict the realities of friendships and romances in a multicultural society, but also in which a society in which some people are religious and some people are not. Here we have an image from the popular comedy series The Office. It's called Diwali, and depicts members of the office going to a religious event. Mindy Kaling's one of the producers and writers on The Office, and so we get to see aspects of her tradition and culture coming in, and also again showing how within work situations, we've all experienced this, I'm sure, we meet people of different backgrounds, we get invited to their family events, and this is another way in which we learn about other traditions.